Alrighty guys, time for high GI carbs. As you guys can see, you might be able to see on the corner down the tab down the bottom, basically next to high GI carbs, it says slow results. So low GI is fast results because there's less insulin. High GI is going to spike obviously more blood sugar, and then it's going to spike the insulin as well, which is going to aid for fat storage. It doesn't mean we can't have these foods. It's obviously just coming more to moderating these foods or having them at the right time as well. It says right here as well, guys, best time to have high GI carbs is post-workout. You might have heard me say this before. After you've depleted your glycogen stores, so your muscle stores from working out, especially with weight training especially, basically your muscle fibers run dry. Best way to basically recover those muscle fibers is to actually have some high GI carbs, because it basically goes straight to the muscle very quickly, which aids recovery. So that's like the biggest time you're going to have your high GI carbs is basically post-workout or pre-workout, because you're going to use that energy. But yeah, flicking through the foods, guys, obviously fruits. These foods here have a lot more sugar. You can see they're marked red. So it's obviously this one here is 22 grams. This one's 22 grams. Or obviously there is a lot more that's basically being marked. Obviously a little bit more sugar. Even though these ones here, so you take that here, your white basmati rice or your white medium grain rice, it's actually quite low sugar. It is still not as nutrient dense as your brown rice, so it still does have more of a spike. Yes, quite confusing, but the main thing you guys need to know is, so with your rice and that, basically they take off the sheath, which has a lot of fiber. That's obviously the brown color into rice. This rice here doesn't have that sheath, so it actually has a lot higher spike with obviously your blood sugar. Even though it doesn't have the sugar, it still does have that spike as well. Just the biggest thing to take away, guys, is just to know from this list, so you actually guys know what the goal is. If you obviously use this list, apply it, and kind of learn from it, you're gonna be choosing the right things. Obviously, pasta as well. Even though it's whole grain, it's still a higher GI based pasta. Just not as nutrient dense of a carb. Okay. But yeah, really good go-to list, guys. You can see what's 4 stars and what's 3 stars. 3 stars obviously is like your pastas and that, your breads. That's more so like 1 to 3 times a week in that. If you overconsume bread every day or pasta every day, you're most likely going to have fat storage, because it's not as high quality of a carbohydrate. It's definitely more processed than obviously some of the other grains, which is in the low GI option. Also, guys, any questions, hit up with your mentor. We've got heaps more coming on this as well, so we'll kind of keep touching base with this as you guys go. But excited, guys, there are your high GI carbs.